The world had grown silent in the days before the signal, not because people expected anything extraordinary, but because silence itself had become rare in a civilization drowning in endless noise. Humanity believed it had conquered the stars with its machines, its satellites, its telescopes, and its arrogance. Yet, beneath the surface of progress, the universe had been watching. When the first transmission came through, hidden deep inside the static of Saturn's vast atmosphere, nobody outside a handful of sleepless scientists even knew it existed. But in those scrambled pulses, in that rhythm no storm could create, the truth revealed itself. For words decoded across hundreds of sleepless hours. Prepare. War has begun. The discovery spread like wildfire inside secret government halls. At first they laughed, calling an error a misread of cosmic noise. But then the pattern repeated, stronger, undeniable, intentional. A second message followed, encrypted in ways no human algorithm could easily solve, yet strangely elegant. It was not a greeting. It was not an invitation. It was a declaration. The origin was triangulated. Titan, Saturn's frozen and mysterious moon. Humanity had gazed at it for centuries, calling it beautiful, lifeless, cold. But Titan was not silent. Titan was a fortress. Titan was a warning post. Titan was the place where Earth's mistakes had been remembered. Telescopes locked on the moon and confirmed what no scientist wanted to admit. Structures moved against the blackness of space. They weren't geological. They weren't frozen methane blocks drifting in Saturn's pull. They were colossal, metallic, glowing with power signatures that made Earth's technology look primitive. Entire fleets of objects began leaving Titan's orbit, accelerating with impossible precision. Every hour they multiplied, until the evidence became undeniable. Something vast, intelligent, and hostile was heading toward Earth. Governments attempted to bury the truth, erasing data streams, silencing scientists, censoring signals. But the sky cannot be hidden, not when it begins to change. Amateur astronomers spotted shadows moving across the stars, enormous silhouettes swallowing constellations. Within days, leaked footage hit the networks. The world erupted in panic. Panic turned into fear, and fear turned into silence again, the kind of silence that hangs over humanity when it waits for execution. Leaders from every nation gathered under the United Nations emergency bunker. For decades, the concept of a one-world defense was considered fantasy, a relic of utopian fiction. But now, with extinction hovering above the clouds, the plan had a name. It was activated with urgency, and it was called the Titan Protocol. This was not negotiation. This was not diplomacy. This was survival. Every army was ordered to unite. Every scientist was drafted. Every resource was redirected toward the war that had already been declared. The first arrival was not gentle. On the 12th day after the signal, skies above Asia tore open with a burst of light. From orbit, a ship larger than any city entered the atmosphere without sound, without flame. Gravity bent around it like water rippling. The ship hovered for hours, a silent executioner staring down at the billions below. Then, without warning, entire electrical grids collapsed. Lights died across continents. Planes fell from the skies. Satellites blinked out as if erased from existence. Humanity's technological backbone had been severed in seconds. Panic became chaos. Streets flooded with riots. Governments collapsed into shouting matches. And the people realized what the message truly meant. War was not coming. War had already begun. And yet, despite the hopelessness, humanity resisted. Fleets of jets scrambled into the skies, firing weapons that barely scratched alien hulls. Missiles ignited, roaring into the heavens, only to vanish in blinding waves of counter-energy. Entire battalions disappeared in storms of light that left no sound, no fire, no wreckage, only silence. The war was not a war. It was extermination. Still, soldiers fought. Pilots sacrificed. Entire nations united in a way history had never recorded. For the first time, the world was not divided by language, religion, or politics. For the first time, Earth was a single tribe facing a single enemy. But beneath the horror, a deeper truth began to emerge. In a hidden facility, researchers uncovered fragments of history buried in old data. Decades earlier, when Earth had sent its first probes to the outer solar system, one had plunged into Titan's atmosphere. It transmitted for hours before falling silent. At the time, it was celebrated as a triumph of science. But what humans didn't know was that probe had destroyed something sacred. It had burned through a structure hidden beneath Titan's clouds, a structure that wasn't rock or ice. To the beings who called Titan their sanctuary, that single act had been a declaration of war. Humanity hadn't known it, but the countdown had started the moment curiosity crossed a boundary of respect. And now the debt was being collected. The aliens were not here to conquer land or strip resources. They were not here to enslave or colonize. They were here for vengeance. Their war was personal, ancient, inevitable. They saw humanity as reckless children, ignorant and destructive, playing with tools they did not understand. And like children who had broken something priceless, humanity was now being punished. Cities burned. Oceans boiled where alien weapons struck. Forests turned to ash. The planet itself groaned under the weight of assault. Yet even in those moments of despair, sparks of resistance ignited. Underground bunkers became command centers. Scientists repurposed alien wreckage from the few skirmishes where ships had been damaged. Engineers built weapons that bent the laws of physics in ways unthinkable only months before. Humanity was learning in real time, evolving under fire. Hope was not dead. It whispered in the ruins of fallen cities. It glowed in the eyes of children hidden in bunkers, dreaming of survival. It roared in the hearts of soldiers who had nothing left to lose. The Titan Protocol was more than a plan. It became a promise. Humanity would not vanish without a fight. By the third year of the conflict, the Earth was unrecognizable. Entire coastlines had vanished. Megacities lay in ruins. Their skyscrapers crumbled into glass and steel graveyards. The population had been reduced to fragments, millions where there were once billions. Yet resistance grew sharper, stronger, bolder. A breakthrough came when scientists discovered that the alien ships, despite their superiority, had a weakness. Their energy shields were not limitless. They pulsed in cycles. Fractions of seconds where defenses flickered. Against human eyes, those moments were invisible. Against human persistence, they became opportunities. In 2090, during a decisive battle over the skeletal remains in New York, Earth's forces unleashed their first true counterstrike. A weapon forged from alien technology, an electromagnetic burst that rippled across the atmosphere, disabling shield systems long enough for missiles to strike. For the first time, the world saw an alien warship fall. Its colossal frame burned across the sky, crashing into the ocean with a roar that echoed like victory itself. Humanity cheered. Hope spread like wildfire. The war was not won, but for the first time, it was not lost. The Titan Protocol was no longer just defense. It was offense.